the Dallas Cowboys are gearing up to kick the season off against the Cleveland Browns. It's been a pretty wild offseason. And Jerry Jones has really stirred things up, leaving many fans frustrated with the organization. It feels like he can't keep getting away with this kind of stuff, but despite what many people are calling a lackluster offseason, the Cowboys still have a lot of talent thanks to stars like Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and Micah Parsons. When it comes to the Super Bowl, it's now or never, and head coach Mike McCarthy is seeing opportunities in what is being called a lame duck season. So the Cowboys were pretty active this offseason, especially focusing on strengthening the offensive line. Let's break down their draft moves and what they could mean for this season. The Cowboys have a pretty solid track record when it comes to picking good offensive linemen. Remember Tyler Smith? There were doubts about him, but now he's an all-pro left guard, showcasing the team's ability to spot talent. This year, they may have struggled again with Tyler Guyton and Cooper Beebe. In the draft, the Cowboys traded back in the first round, picking up an extra third-round pick from the Lions. With their first-round pick, they chose Guyton, and the next day, they picked up Kansas State guard Cooper Beebe. These two are being seen as a dynamic duo thanks to that trade-back move, and it could turn out to be a huge win. And as the season gets closer, all eyes are on Tyler Guyton, whether he's able to have a standout rookie season or needs some time to get up to speed. So far, he's lived up to the hype. According to PFF, no rookie offensive lineman had a better preseason than he did. He scored an impressive 80.6, ranking third in both run and pass blocking. He allowed just 1 pressure and 30 pass block snaps. Strong stuff for a first rounder. He even outperformed Joe Alt, who was considered the top tackle in the draft. And Cooper Beebe, the third round pick, also had a pretty solid preseason. In 78 snaps, 51 in pass blocking, and 27 in run blocking, he didn't allow any penalties, sacks, or hits, and only 2 quarterback pressures. So his performance earned him a starting spot, and the Cowboys even rested him in the preseason game against the Chargers to keep him fresh for week 1. With a preseason like that, he's definitely a guy to watch. Drafting Guyton and Beebe was a bold move. Starting a raw first-round tackle and converting a third-round guard to center isn't a small gamble, but it really looks like it might pay off. Anyways, moving on, Mike McCarthy might be feeling a lot of pressure this season. There still are high expectations for the Cowboys, and there's a lot riding on a deep playoff run. If the team falls short, McCarthy's leadership will come under scrutiny. His playoff record with the Cowboys hasn't been great. He hasn't even managed to get past the divisional round yet. So another early playoff exit might lead people to question if he's the right guy to lead the team to a championship, which would definitely put his job on the line. If these issues cost the Cowboys games, he's really going to face some heat. Plus, how well he gets the key players involved will be closely watched. If the Stars don't show significant improvement under his guidance when things matter most in the playoffs, he most definitely will be out of Dallas. And we all know about the Jerry Jones situation. The way he has managed this team salary-wise, and all the other things he has done has really pissed off so many Cowboys fans. And many people can't wait for the day that he is no longer the owner. But you already know if the Cowboys don't perform this season, partly due to him, all the blame is going to go to McCarthy. Because we all know it's never the top guy's fault. The big question for the Cowboys this season is whether Dak Prescott can build on his impressive MVP runner-up performance from 2023. His success will largely depend on how well his offensive line protects him. But here's the thing. Dak is actually pretty good under pressure. Last season, he averaged 8.3 yards per attempt when he was pressured, ranking second among all passers with 100+ dropbacks according to Pro Football Focus. We're not expecting Dak to throw for 500 yards every game, but we do expect him to come through in crucial moments. He's got the talent, experience, and leadership to keep the offense rolling even when things get tough. And then we all know CeeDee Lamb is the big star of the show, and we know he's going to deliver. But what about the other guys? Can they step up and make an impact? Moving on to the running back room, it used to be a real strength, but it's definitely seen better days. Tony Pollard is now gone, and now the Cowboys are dealing with an aging Ezekiel Elliott, who isn't quite the explosive player he once was. One player who is really intriguing to me is Deuce Vaughn. I know he's super small and very young, but he made the team, and he's definitely someone to just look out for at the very least. The decline in the running back room is due to poor drafting and decision making. The Cowboys need to revamp the room and situation and find new talent to reintegrate the position. Until they do, they'll continue to struggle on the ground and rely too heavily on Dak Prescott, and that's where I can see the downfall of this team happening this year. Alright, Now let's talk about the defense. I was recently just watching an interview from DeMarcus Lawrence, and these were some of my takeaways. He talked about how the Cowboys want to mix things up this year. He talked about some of the injuries and how there has to be that next man up mentality this season. Lawrence has a ton of experience in a Cowboys uniform, and I think he is going to have to be a vocal leader a lot more this year after the departure of Dan Quinn, while some of the younger guys learn the new system. So let's rank the confidence level I have in each unit of the D. So the ball-hawking pairing of Bland and Diggs playing in tandem will still have to wait a little longer, but welcoming back Diggs himself after an ACL tear in 2023 is big. Diggs is still more than capable of taking away an opposing team's top weapon, and perhaps more importantly, putting fear into quarterbacks to even test his side of the field. When paired with the pass rush the Cowboys can consistently expect to get from a player like Micah Parsons, Diggs is regularly put in position to play to his best strengths. And it looks like rookie Kalen Carson will get the first shot at replacing Bland. The Wake Forest prospect has done absolutely everything he can to stand out in his first offseason with the team. But the speed of regular season games in the NFL can be jarring for rookies. The coaches will probably offer him plenty of safety help to start the year. Behind Carson would be some combination of Andrew Booth Jr. and the flexible safety and corner Israel Mukuamu. Booth is the newest addition to this group as a trade acquisition late in the preseason and natural scheme fit for Zimmer's defense. He needs to work on tracking the ball over his head and locating it to defend passes, but he is a sure tackler on the boundary that can still play a role funneling routes to help defenders elsewhere in the secondary. Mukuamu would likely be a break glass in case of emergency guy. Mike Zimmer has made a career for himself in football long enough to be 2 or 3 careers combined for other coaches that come and go, mainly because of his prowess in coaching defensive backs and getting the most out of the secondary. They may not be at full strength to start the season, but the Cowboys are more than ready to lean on the trust of Zimmer, Harris, and Diggs as the clear cornerback 1 to start the season, feeling very confident about this group. The Cowboys will play the Cleveland Browns in week 1, and this is a very interesting game between two teams that are in very similar situations. The Browns have what could be the best defense in the league once again, and an offense with a lot of unknowns. But I think that Jerry Jeudy and Amari Cooper will have big games, so the Dallas secondary needs to be ready. And for the Cowboys, this is a very important game to start the season off on the right foot. That's really all I have to say for this video. Let me know in the comments below how you are feeling about the Dallas Cowboys, as we are now just days away from the first game. Thank you all so much if you made it to this point, and if you enjoyed and haven't yet, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe, because your support truly does mean the world. And also, let me know what you would like to see next. And until then, I will see you all later.